Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we are going to be talking about Stellar Lumens, aka XLM. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask you guys to hit that like button. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course, I always do greatly appreciate it. So for the most part, we have just been kind of ranging here. I've been watching Bitcoin kind of just really slowly trade sideways at about 36K, while altcoins kind of continue to bleed out a little bit. Some are in the green, some are, or I shouldn't say some are, but most are in the red right now. Stellar has been ranging around like the 16.5 cent zone to about 17 cents. And we've seen these levels be tested before. Even if you go on the 3 month span and go back to like as far as like February in terms of the last major low, it was about 16.5 cents. Same level that we just recently tested. And the funny thing about that, we're actually going to be addressing the price chart in this video here shortly. But the funny thing about those levels is that that's massive demand. And we're going to be addressing that and talking about why I do believe that the bottom is nearly in for almost everything in this market. And let's go on. So first and foremost, shout out to Crypto Mike here, but we do see decentralized exchange volume on the Stellar network during the past 24 hours is at 57.5 million. The average decentralized exchange volume for previous 6 weeks prior to 427 was 22 million. Something big is happening. Get ready. And honestly, I've been seeing a lot of people kind of just ignore Stellar. There hasn't been a lot of massive price behind it in terms of pushing the price and having that nice FOMO event. But I do think that that's about to change. I think that when we're talking about XLM, I think XLM should almost be in everybody's portfolio, specifically if you are even holding like XRP, XDC, etc. Like this is the perfect asset to really kind of throw in there for a massive ROI potential. And also, XLM is very interesting in terms of cross-border payments and remittances as well, similar to XRP. Now, also, we do see here just added to my XLM stack. Never forget, XRP and XLM hit their all-time highs back in January of 2018 on the same day. Coincidence? XRP, XLM, gold, cash, the DAI plan. And shout out to Digital Asset Investor for this. But yeah, if you are holding XRP, why do you not hold XLM? These two move so close together, and I'm actually going to show you guys exactly how close they are to one another in terms of their price movements. You should definitely be stacking XLM, especially at around these prices, because these are some fairly good deals. We're going to be talking about that as well. But also, I just talked about this in my XRP video from earlier today, but we do see here this week, leading fintech Navati Payments announced that it will launch on Australian dollar backed stablecoin on Stellar. So this is actually pretty interesting. We've talked about this, and I kind of broke it down into how XRP and also XLM are going to play a huge role within this. What we do see are Stellar org just going after Ripple's clients? No, looks like Navati will work with Stellar, but the payments still run on RippleNet. Now, yeah, we actually seen a breakdown of this from BondCrypt XRP, but when we talk about XRP, or I should say Ripple specifically, is basically the back end for Navati. And then, of course, we do know that Stellar is basically the front end. And we do see Ripple plus Stellar working together in their own way, solving the current financial system problem. Navati uses Ripple for on-demand liquidity, improving Australia remittance payments to Southeast Asia. Navati uses Stellar to launch AUD stablecoin. So, again, when we talk about this, they could utilize the XRP ledger for, stablecoin issuance, but I just think that is better in terms of Stellar to utilize that. But either way, it doesn't really matter. All we need to know is that these two are actually working together. They're not going after each other's, partners. They're not, competing or anything like that. We actually do see here from Ripple's website, this goes back to April of 2021. Navati taps on-demand liquidity to improve Australian remittance payments to Southeast Asia. And then just recently, in terms of that update, Navati to launch AUD stablecoin leveraging Stellar blockchain, which can be broken down into this. It's really kind of just a one-to-one backing. It's just, stablecoin issuance for not only, again, lower fees, it helps with cross-border payments, things like that. It really kind of helps free up not only the friction of payments, but also accelerate the growth and demand around stablecoins, specifically in the Australia region. And it does help, really to unlock the efficiencies that Stellar does offer. And of course, you guys can read all about this here if you want. I really kind of just already did a dive in on this recently on the XRP video, but definitely pay attention to things happening around not only XLM, but also even XRP as well, because these two are massive giants. I think that a lot of people are just kind of ignoring, or maybe they just don't really care to watch these two play pretty big roles. And also, we see here on June 8th, 2022, Stellar Public Network validators will vote on whether to upgrade the network to Protocol 19. Now, this is actually pretty interesting. So, I've been watching this, or I should say I've been reading about this and really kind of addressing how this could be pretty big to a few people that I talked to about XLM. But we do see, if accepted, Protocol 19 will accelerate or activate technical changes that make it easier to build payments channels, bridges to other blockchains, and key recovery solutions on Stellar. What's new in Protocol 19? Protocol 19 implements two core advancement proposals, CAP 21 and CAP 40. And then, of course, you guys could read more about this if you want. But what I'm really kind of focused on is this. So, what is this designed to do? The Protocol 19 changes are designed to facilitate the creation of payment channels, which are layer 2 protocols supporting high throughput use cases. High throughput use cases is the focus point here, because that means that we are going to be seeing a massive demand around, again, the network with these high throughput use cases. For example, we do see SDF engineers used a sandbox DevNet to build a working payment channel protocol or prototype called Starlight to test out all Protocol 19 changes. The results were pretty amazing. In the test using consumer hardware and residential internet connections, Starlight was able to handle 1.19 million payments per second between two users. That is huge. I'm just going to say right now, if we're talking about where Stellar is going to be positioned at, just give it like a little bit of time, right? Because that 1.19 million payments per second, that is something very, very huge in terms of payment demand. And if we do see, those high throughput use cases launching on Stellar, that's going to get fairly interesting very fast. Now, also, we did see the Development Foundation Q1 review that got released, and this basically talks about a few things that have released already in Q1. And the roadmap has been pretty solid in terms of the updates, but we did see in March Project Jump Cannon was announced. Then we did see Starbridge. Then we also seen the SDF announced the first cohort of 4 matching fund investments totaling 1.5 million and 92.5 million distributed in overall enterprise fund investments since its launch. They celebrated 1 year of USDC on Stellar Network. Exchanges are some of the many players in Stellar ecosystem leveraging USDC on the network, and Newton and OKCoin are among the latest to join the growing list of exchanges offering their customers USDC on Stellar. And of course, you guys can see the rest here. Honestly, they've been absolutely killing it in terms of development. Now, let's talk about price action, because I'm sure that a lot of you are probably interested in terms of the price action here, and I will not have you guys wait any longer. So let's dive in. Let's talk about it. So, like I said, the recent level that we came down to is pretty significant because this is massive demand going all the way back to December of 2017. But it's also demand that we've seen going back as far as November of 2020, and we also just recently seen it in February just be, retested. When we talk about the downside on Stellar, is it limited? Not technically. I would say, we can come down to test a little bit more. Sorry, that fib level was not on the exact bottom there. Let me make sure that this is actually on the exact top too. So there we go. But as we do see here, we can come down to test 15 and almost a half cents. We have a little bit more downside that would test that perfect demand range going back to November of 2020. And we could even come down a little bit lower. We could actually come down and test 10 cents. Now, I don't believe that we go that low. In fact, to me, I think just kind of testing the bottom of this channel is going to be something pretty significant, more so at around we already tested that November demand zone going back to 2017. We can come down a little bit more to test the 0.5 fib level, but I don't believe that we come down that low. I think that we are nearing our bottoming point, and I think that we're kind of building out this foundation support here. But the significance of some of these points where we really kind of see the exit points on where we could see Stellar really kind of reach out to in terms of its fib levels, I'm looking at that $8.50 range as something that is possible, but I'm not expecting it. In fact, what I'm expecting is either this $2.50 range, so $2.50, which would be about roughly a 13, almost a 14x opportunity, all the way to roughly $4, which would be about 2,400% of an increase in price. If we outreach to the 1618, that's going to be something pretty significant. And we've actually seen a few price increases that were pretty significant for XLM before. For an example, going off of the 2017-2018 timeframe. So let me make sure that we are on point here because I don't want to give you guys hopium or anything like that. But in terms of our fib outreaches back in 2017 to 2018, we seen a topping point around May of 2017 where we did see the bottoming point in September before we rode out that massive wave. This was the last wave 5. Now we actually reached beyond, as you guys do see here, beyond the 2 fib level, almost right below the 2414. Now, I'm not saying that we will do that again, but I'm just saying if that is the case, that's like between the $33 range to $147. But I don't believe that we go that high. I think that when we're talking about our current range, I think just a safe point on Stellar would be between this, $2.50 range to $4. I don't think that we are ready for $30 plus. But I definitely will be eyeing that $8.55 zone as well to see if that really does get targeted. I might hold a little bit of my XLM over into the bear market if we do, miss this exit point. But it will only be a small position. It wouldn't be a large position because I'm going to be selling quite a bit around this range. And I'm going to be updating my exit plan on XLM fully on the website, ncashofficial.com. So if you guys do want to go check that out, you guys are more than welcome to. But let's talk about this in correlation to XRP. So currently I've been addressing this 24-cent 618 zone. This is what I'm waiting for us to break out of because again, we kind of built out a massive on the daily span. So let's actually go back to the daily here real quick. So this 618 zone is actually pretty significant because as you guys do see, we tested it back in 2017. So here's 2017, we tested it, and then we kind of broke out of it, traded sideways here, broke down, had that massive retest, which I'm not saying anything. It's just the fact that we basically just recently seen this retest just now. And then we kind of just built out the sideways momentum before going massively parabolic to almost $1 range. So that's why 24 cents is pretty significant. So I'm watching 24 cents on XLM, but the 24-cent range is also coincidentally, the same exact range that I'm watching for on XRP, which is at currently 90 cents. And we can actually kind of push this a little bit more so it's actually not on that bottom candle wick. There we have it. So it's at roughly like 90 cents. 90 to like 92 cents is like my main point because, like 92 cents is the resistance zone up here. I'm watching that closely to see if we get a major push above that, but that's exactly the 24-cent range on XLM. And also on XRP, you guys do see us riding that 200 EMA. That's a significant level for XRP. And similar to XLM, I'm watching for us to get to around this, $8 to $14 range. And honestly, if we do get to that $28 range up at the 1618, that's going to be absolutely insane. But I don't believe that we do. Again, I'll have a small position left over for that. I've actually outlined my full-on XRP exit plan on the website. You guys can go check that out. But you guys do see this being a 13x to about $8, with it being, a 22x at the 1414 fib level, which is always why I've said $10 to $15 is my basic points for XRP. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. This video, if you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As those up there, you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.